Coach, you've talked over the years, you've been effusive in your praise of JT Barrett, and I'm wondering, when this job was approached to you, how soon do you go from thinking about coaching with Urban Meyer and coaching at Ohio State to coaching JT Barrett?
Well, again, to me, just from afar, just his body, the way he plays a freshman, what to me was uncanny. I think in the world of where so many players are selfish, and it was a competitive situation, and coming through the injury with Cardell and Braxton, and the way he handled that, where sometimes, the egos, and everybody wants the ball, and you want to be the guy. I thought from afar I was impressed the way he handled that, because that could have been divisive to that team. And again, last year playing against him early, I just always have loved his command presence. Now that I'm here, and you see more about him, but what he does, he affects the position, because it has a strong effect on Joe, has a strong effect on the young guys with Dwayne and Tate, has a strong effect on has a strong effect on me. So he's got some great leadership skills. Haven't met his family, but he's a blessed kid, and I'm blessed to have a chance to coach him.
Kevin, you have not, to my knowledge, addressed what happened at the end at Indiana, especially with the allegations and service afterward. What would you want to say about your departure from Indiana and how that went down?
Well, again, I think, the athletic department, athletic director, those guys made their decision. And from there, the comments were made, and we just go back to how much we love being there and loved our players. Didn't have a chance to kind of see those guys off. Did a great job, I think, recruiting and developing those guys. We're a team that battled and played, had a lot of success. We had a great deal of academic success, had a great deal of off-the-field success. Had a phenomenal amount of message. I got a message from a kid the other night. Was going through a situation, just said, hey man, I appreciate everything you did. You made me tough as nails. I love you. And at the same time, you move on. You wish those guys well because they're your guys. And it was a great time. It was great for our family. But now we're here, and you're blessed to be at one of the great programs with great players and great leadership. I know a lot about Columbus. It'll be a great town to continue to live. We enjoyed our 6 years and raised some kids, and some kids are going to college there. But now we'll move over here and get moving on. So again, loved our time, but we're excited about moving forward as well.
Some of your players at Indiana said that you intimidated the athletic trainers there. What's your reaction to that?
Excuse me?
Some of your players at Indiana said that you intimidated the athletic trainers there. What's your reaction to that?
I don't think our team and program that was considered, I think, the worst program in college football to have the kind of success it had if it wasn't full of love, energy, commitment, unity, and that's why our team competed so well. So no more than said, you kind of see the way our team had played, you see the way our players have moved on and been successful, and now you see what we're doing here.
What was your relationship with the athletic training staff at IU?
Again, I think a couple of those trainers were the best I'd ever been around. Outstanding. Patrick Spill, been off the chart, just like our guys here. And those guys handled all their decisions. Used to get ridiculed when Tevin Coleman would come out of game. Or Dan Feeney missed a bunch last year. So those guys ran the ship. They did a great job. Did a great job for players. Again, you take a losing program and have that kind of success. That was a great commitment from a lot of people. Those guys were awesome.
Kevin, what's your top priority this spring with getting to know JT Barrett and kind of inserting your influence onto the offense in the way that he plays the game?
I think the first thing, in my opinion, one, is really getting comfortable with the way we do things and earning their trust. Because again, you can always tweak a scheme or an attitude, but like I say, for the players we've been around and what we've done in the past, the first thing you have to do is connect with kids and to get those guys to play together and play hard and play as a unit. So the first thing I do with JT is, one, you got one of the best players in the country every day. You got to bring your best every day. Be great in the meeting room, be great on the field, be great like today in our practice plan. I could have done a better job. I thought our players did really good. I thought I could do a better job. And as we go through, it's going to be, again, my ability to connect with our staff, my ability to connect with the players, and we have our units, but as a coordinator, how do you get those guys to play together? And so working with JT means you got to bring it every day at a high end.
I don't mean this is a slight to the talent you had at Indiana. You had quite a few NFL players there, but what you inherit now, I imagine on paper, looks a lot more appealing in terms of the personnel. Does that get you, as a coordinator, more excited or open up things that you could do that you couldn't have done the last couple of years?
Well, again, we've got high talent here, but the talent we had over there was really good too because we recruited and developed it. What we did in the weight room, what we did off the field, what we did in practice. So we had, I think we said last 2 years, the most amount of all conference players and the most guys going to the pros and the most guys in it is. So you can talk about talent, but it's also getting guys to play. And I mean, shoot, a year ago, we're the best offense in the Big Ten at a place you say has no talent. And a place that's what I'm saying. I mean, it was, and talent doesn't win. It's the ability to play together. And that's what I'm saying. Like my ability to connect with JT, it's Coach Day's ability to connect with JT, and then my ability to take that and Coach Stud and Tony Alford, what Coach Alford and Coach Smith does, and then bring those groups together to play as an offense. And I think that was one of our strengths over there, is to get a bunch of individuals to come in and play as a group. And that was the thing I think we're most proud of what we did over there. And over here, that's going to be the challenge. We've been really good on offense. There's a lot of individual players, but it's the ability offensively to collectively bring it all together. And that's what we're going to work hard to do.
What connection did your
and Ohio State were
departure?
1 and 2 2 years ago in offense, and you put those. You guys were 1 and 2 in scoring. Indiana, Ohio State, 2 years ago. If you put those together, I mean, what does that mean? That you guys are just far and away ahead of the Big Ten then?
No, because again, what you did in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Again, to me, you start with the ability to run the ball and be physical. You got to take care of the ball. You got to take care of the quarterback. You got to find ways to make those big plays. You got to find ways to score, and then you got to do it week after week in what's getting to be probably the best bracket in college football. And to sit here and say we got a lot of answers, we don't. Our thing is to one, take what's been the best offense in college football, bring in, quote, an idea, but really just observe and see how we do things. And like Coach said the other day, and they said to me from the start, this is Ohio State offense, and how can we make it better? And we don't make it better with change. Change is change. It's the ability to, again, me as the leader of the coaches, get those guys on the same page, take it to the players, get those guys on the same page, play as units, play week after week after week in social media where there's so many comments and egos, and parents and influences get away. How do you become a great team and a team player? So how do you take all this talent and flush the talent side and become a team? Kevin, that's what it'll be hard to do.
What connection did your departure from IU have with what some of the players say was your treatment of them?
Again, we wouldn't be here doing this job if those things were true. So, again, anyone can have an opinion. I know the Department of Air looked into everything. I know this school's looked into everything. I know we're very, very comfortable with what we're doing, where we're at, and we're excited to move forward.
What was your thought about that investigation you did?
Again, the athletic director had outside counsel, found no evidence, and that's why we're here.
Kevin,
Why was
the
it important for you to
investigation
get back
found
on
that
the
the
side?
culture needed to change. What are your thoughts about that? The culture under
Kevin's
your
a Buckeye,
program.
folks. Kevin's a Buckeye.
Hey, that's the athletic director. He made that call, and we appreciate that. We appreciate the opportunity to give us to coach there. We appreciate the opportunity to coach those kids. I'm very grateful for those kids and what they gave our family, and appreciative of all their comments moving forward. And at the same time, we're excited to be here and coaching these cats and do what we can.
Kevin, how will you change it all as a coach or in relating to players? Is there anything from Indiana that you felt like you needed to switch anything up?
I think like we tell our players every day, you're always, as a coach and player, you're trying to get better. I just told our guys earlier today that you know, as soon as I just said our last thing here is we're getting out of here. We've had a couple of good days. We need a good day tomorrow. We'll come to the weight room, we'll watch tape, and I go, if today was my last day coaching, I hope it was the best it could be. If today was my last day with my wife and kids, I hope it's the best it could be. Because as you go through every day, you're trying to get better. So I've never had a day as a coach I was not trying to get better. I think as a coach, you're always self-evaluating yourself. In relationships, we've had unbelievable relationships and love. That program is built of love and respect and playing hard, and that's why what the talent that wasn't there that most people consider